Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bowser Complex. And that's Tommy Lappert, the shortstop for Winchester, getting a base hit, leading off the ball game. This is the 14-year-old Babe Ruth All-Star State Tournament. These teams know each other. They played each other before. There were 13 teams that started out the season. They played in a sort of a mini tournament. You had to win 2 games to qualify for this mass tournament. Lynn was the number 1 team. They went 4-0. Winchester got beat by Lynn soundly in their game, but they came back and did a nice job competing and getting this far. They're looking for their first win. They lost a tough 3-1 game last night. Lynn's looking for their second straight win. They got multi-runs and held on to beat Newton last night. This is Chucky Badger, the catcher for Winchester. Winchester, this tournament, you can bat 10, not a designated hitter, an extra hitter. So you can bat 10 rather than 9. Winchester can't bat 10 because they only have 9 players. Hit foul out of play. Everybody was shaking around for a while because the Newton Parkway game went 10 innings before this, before Newton came back after trailing 9-0 to win the game. 10-9 in the 11th inning. Brandon Falasker is on the mound for Lynn. He was the catcher in last night's game. The runner takes off. He's in with a stolen base. So Winchester has the first runner in scoring position as the count goes full to Chucky Badger. It's a trip for some of these teams to get here. Newton, Parkway is West Roxbury, Winchester. Hit to third. They hold the runner. Now they're going to catch the runner off. He got back. They missed the tag. Ortiz did a great job. He faked the throw to first base, sucked the runner from second into running, and they had him picked off dead. And he was able to get back and slide under the tag. So Badger reaches on the fielder's choice. Teddy Nakatima, the center fielder, will be the hitter. With 2 on and nobody out, they had that easy play. He was a dead duck. And Lappert avoided the tag and made it safely back to second base. High for ball 2. Lynn is well represented. 14s won last night, 15s won, and they won again today for the second time. They get 1, that's all they'll get, and they throw it away, and the runner's going to score. So they don't get the double play, they throw it away, and Lappert scores the first run. And that was the guy they had picked off. Throw down, another stolen base. Patty Gogolin, the first baseman, is the hitter. With 1 out, 1 run in, and 1 runner at second base. Hoglin's a pretty good strike zone. He's about 6'3" or more. He's a very big young man for 14 years old. Waves at that pitch for strike 2. Nice stop by the catcher, Bonilla. Down and away for a ball. Quick throw to second base. Sliding back in is Nakatima. Hit foul off the screen. Down and away, so he was ahead of Gogglin, and now he's got to come in with a pitch or put him on as the count goes full 3-2. Hit in the right field for a base hit. They send the runner home. He's going to score easily. Gogglin comes through with the base hit. Winchester has jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first. Chris Powell, the right fielder, will be the hitter with a runner at first and still one out. See if they try to steal second base again. That long reach with that big frame, he was able to get back to first base, Gogglin on the throw over. Nice stop by Bonilla, the catcher. So a hit, a stolen base, a fielder's choice. An error on the fielder's choice gave him one run. And the fielder's choice stole second and scored on the base hit in for a strike.
Come on now, let's wake up here.
So they got 2 hits, 2 runs, throw in the error, and they still have only 1 out and a runner at first. Good pitch for another strike. It's 1-2. They haven't shown any signs of Gogglin at first base running. They were very quick to have the other 2 base runners go. High for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Ball, third strike. I don't think the hitter looks like he's amazed, saying, "I can't believe they called that a strike." So 2 away. Michael Caswell, the third baseman, will be the hitter.
Come on, Brady, come on, get us out of this.
Jeez, that pitch was down in the dirt. Velasquez got a help on that pitch. High and tight for a ball. 1-1 to count to the Winchester third baseman. They called a balk on Velasquez. Base umpire called a balk. These kids are still getting used to playing on the big diamond. It's their second year, but it takes a while. Coming off Little League. In for a strike. And it's 1-2. Ooh, lackadaisical strike call by the plate umpire. Down and away. Nice job by Bonilla to go get it. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And 2 runs in for Winchester here in the top of the first inning. They called another balk. He's not hesitating. He's not coming to a pause.
He's got to stop when he brings his hits into a set. He's got to stop. He's going like this, but he's not waiting long enough.
He's going all the way through with the pause. He's not stopping at the belt and pausing. So they're out explaining to him what he's doing.
He just has to stop.
He goes to the stretch. He comes down like he's going to come to the pause, and every once in a while, he just fluidly goes right through to throw the ball. And you have to come to that at least 1 second stop.
Attaboy.
And that's called third strike, so that worked. He said, okay, I'll do it your way, and I'll get back-to-back strikeouts. But Winchester gets 2 on the board. They did it with 2 base hits. There was an error thrown in as well. So Lynn has got some work to do as they trail 2-0. It'll be Bray Bullock, the center fielder, leading off. Playing right field and batting second, John Diaz. The shortstop, Yordi Contreras, will bat third. In the cleanup spot is the third baseman, Daniel Ortiz. The pitcher, Brandon Velasco, will hit number 5. Batting sixth and catching, Adrian Bonilla. The first baseman, Nico Ramirez, will hit 7th. Batting 8th and playing left field, Dom Giordano. The extra hitter batting 9th is T.J. Walsh. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order and batting 10th is the second baseman, Jack Anderson. And we mentioned again that you don't have to, but you can bat 10. And that's an extra hitter rather than a designated hitter. And while I have a moment, I want to bring across some very sad news. The outstanding baseball coach and a terrific young gentleman, Dougie Mullins, is having a really bad time. He went into the Mass General for shoulder surgery, and they found out he had cancer. And it's causing problems all the way through the city of Lynn. He's well known, well appreciated, well liked. He's a tremendous gentleman. He did a great job with the English baseball team, not only on the field, but helping them with any of the problems they had. He's helped the kids in their lives. He does a terrific job. He's a great young man. And on Facebook, YouTube, they have a youth fund. And I believe it's on Facebook. I believe it's We Fight for Doug. And they've raised over $30,000 to help him. And I hope everybody can get involved and keep Doug in your thoughts and prayers. I know I am. And I hope for him, his sake and his family's sake, that he can battle through this and get back on his feet, get his health back. Again, he's a terrific gentleman. And he doesn't deserve this. Nobody does, but certainly Dougie doesn't. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to Dougie Mullins and his family. This is Brady Bullock. He made the best play I've seen this year, and I've seen quite a few of them. Newton player hit a blast last night to left center field with the bases loaded. It looked like it was going to be at least a triple, maybe a home run. Bullock went back over the shoulder, running away from home plate, made the catch. And Lynn wound up winning the game, but what a tremendous play. And he draws a walk. John Diaz, the right fielder, he came in as a pinch hitter last night when they were in a tie game. He got a base hit and started a 5-run inning that helped Lynn put the game away. In for a strike. Jake Feliciano is the pitcher for Winchester, and he's just lobbing it up there. They pick Bullock off. He was going. And they throw it away. He's going to get back to first base. He was going, and he picked a great time to throw it over to first base because they had him dead to rights. And when he threw it to the shortstop, went off his glove, and Bullock was able to get back to first. So a huge break for Lynn. That's, both teams have had a guy dead to rights on the base pass, and both times they missed him. And he threw it over again. I don't think Lynn's had been used to seeing this type of pitching. It's almost like slow pitch softball. He's just lobbing the ball up and saying, "I'll get it there. You try and hit it." And they're trying to overpower the baseball. Diaz took a healthy cut and just fouled it off. Bullock takes off, swing and a miss. They get the strikeout. Bullock steals second base. Yordy Contreras is the hitter. They got to get used to this slow stuff. In for a strike. Bullock back at second before the throw gets there.
Come on, Yordy.
Hit to third.
Off the base.
Safe at first to throw through the first baseman off the bag. And you got to really throw it wide to get him off the bag. That big target. Bullock hesitated and broke for third with the throw over. So the error helps Lynn out. It's now first and third. Ortiz last night had 3 base hits, knocked in 4, scored a run. Coach is coming out to talk to the plate umpire. There's no sense talking to the plate umpire because he can't say anything unless they talk to the base umpire. You have to go to the base umpire and ask him if he will go to the plate umpire. You can't just go to the plate umpire. And I don't think there was any question he was off the bag. So first and third for Ortiz. As Lynn's got a chance to get back in the game. They trailed 2-0. Contreras takes off. The ball's foul off the fence, protecting the Lynn dugout. Well, Contreras was going. Let's see if they throw over there. Going again, up and away. They let him go. So the tying runs in scoring position with 1 out. Ortiz with a base hit could get Lynn right back even. Got way out in front of that one and pulled that one way out. Traffic going by and cars parked out there were in jeopardy. One, two, the count. High for a ball. Evens the count at 2. High again. So Ortiz was down on the count. Now the count goes full, 3-2. That's ball 4. Second walk in the inning. Lynn has loaded the bases without a base hit. And Brandon Velasquez, the pitcher, can help himself here. Two walks and an error. Sam was in between a strikeout. Popped up behind third base, going back. Nice. He dropped it. No catch. Bullock tagged up to score, but terrific try by the third baseman, Caswell. Went back over the shoulder, had it, stumbled a little bit. As he stumbled, he dropped it. Did they call him out? So they're calling him out. Bullock heads up, scored. They're going to appeal the runner, and they call him safe. He appealed the runner left too soon, but he didn't. So a good heads up by Bullock, but what the umpire was saying, he caught the ball, and as he was taking the ball out of his glove to maybe make a throw, the exchange from the glove to the hand is when he dropped the ball. That hit. But here.
Come on, Nico.
So the bases are loaded again. So they load the bases again. They've got a run in, 3 on, and they don't have a hit yet. In for a strike. Nico Ramirez, the first baseman, is the hitter. They got one of the runs back. Solid shot off the shortstop. Great play by the shortstop. Lappert made a great play, a rocket hit by Ramirez, and he knocked it down. He had a play at second, actually, but he went to go to first, and he threw a rocket over, and he throws Ramirez out. So a bizarre inning for Lynn. They got 2 walks, an error, a hit batsman. They wind up with 1 run, and it's 2-1 Winchester at the end of 1. Bottom 3 in the order for Winchester as we start the second inning. 7, 8, and 9. Winchester got a couple of hits. With an error. And got 2. Lynn wound up getting 1, left the bases loaded, didn't have a base hit. A terrific play by the third baseman, Caswell. Was one of the outs. He got a run home, but he made a great catch over the shoulder. The plate umpire initially called it a drop, and then they appealed to the base umpire, and the base umpire said no, he caught it, and when he was exchanging from the glove to the hand is when he dropped the ball. So it's just a matter of how you see the play. Low and inside for ball 3. Declan Mahoney, the left fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike, as you would expect. Mahoney taken all the way. Swing and a miss. That goes back to run the count full, 3-2. Alaska trying to come all the way back. And missed low for a ball. So for the second straight inning, Winchester has the leadoff hitter on. Let's see if they look to steal second base. They stole 2 in the first inning. Jack Feliciano, the pitcher, is the hitter. High for a ball. In for a strike. 1-1 the count. Pitcher against pitcher here. Luciano Velasco was ready, he stepped off. Swing and a miss. Taste that high pitch. And the count goes 1-2.
Nice pitch.
Strike 3 called. Right around knee high. So the last 3 outs have been called strikes. Easton Halsey, the second baseman, is the hitter. Not a very big strike zone here. High and tight for a ball. You look at this strike zone with the second baseman, and then strike zone with the first baseman, Gogolin, who's about 6'4", and there's a major difference. Swing and a miss. Quick toss over, getting back, standing up is Mahoney. We mentioned Winchester only has 9 players. It's tough. These kids have been playing baseball all summer. Some of them playing in middle school. Maybe a couple of other sports. Off the catcher, and that's going to move the runner down. Now he's caught off. He didn't get back. And they're going to run him down.
Good job, guys.
And Anderson will wind up tagging him out. Looked like he was going to make it easy. The ball went off the catcher. He got a late jump, and a good throw by Bonilla hooked him up, and they knock him down. Hit foul off the backstop. Nice stop by Bonilla on a pitch in the dirt. Payoff pitch up and coming to the Winchester second baseman, Halsey. Chopped down the first base line, foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2. And that's ball 4. So the pickoff was huge. Instead of first and second and 1 out, it's a runner at first with 1 out at the top of the order. Tommy Lampert, the shortstop. He got a base hit and scored one of the 2 runs Winchester got in the top of the first, and made a great play on a solid shot by Ramirez. And that came with the bases loaded. in the bottom of the first. Hit foul to the third base coach. One the count to the Winchester shortstop. On the inside corner for a strike. Lamper was bouncing out of the way, but it was on the inside corner for a strike. And it's 1-2. It's a fair ball. It was a little knuckleball. Looked like it was going to be foul. It just hooked. A little knuckleball out over the third baseman's head into left field for a base hit. So Lampert's got his second hit. Extends the inning. And again, how big is that pickoff? Earlier, Chucky Badger, the catcher, reached in the fielder's choice. He was the one that hit the ball to third. They had the runner dead to rights off second base. And they didn't get him. The runner got back to second base. He reached in the fielder's choice. Down the way for a ball. In for a strike. 1-1 to count. It's either a feast or a famine. With Winchester, you got very small strike zones or one giant strike zone with Conklin. Wide for a ball. Down the way again. 3-1. So it looked like they got out of the inning. The walk picked off, the strikeout. But then the walk extended it. Lampert got a base hit. And now another walk. So all of a sudden the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Toby Nakatiba. He reached on the fielder's choice. They were looking for a double play. They got the force at second on his ground ball, shot to second. The ball was thrown away at first and the run scored. He reached and wound up stealing second and scoring on a base hit. His run is the difference at 2-1. Paul Harvard finished with his trip out to the mound. And the umpires had a little get-together of their own. Hit foul off the screen for strike 1. Winchester trying to look for a little 2-out lightning here, trying to add to a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second inning. Foul again, quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss, way up and in. He went after it. So they avoid any more damage with the strikeout. The 2 walks and the base hit go by the boards. Two more strikeouts. He's got 4 in 2 innings. And for Lynn, it will be the bottom 3 in the order. Dom Giordano, T.J. Walsh, Jack Anderson to face Jack Feliciano, who will be starting his second inning of work. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention, as I always do when I'm down here doing Babe Ruth games, the best kept secret in the city is the Babe Ruth program. My studio is over at Breed Middle School, so I'm down here quite often, different times, different days. And every time I'm here, I see these Babe Ruth people. They rake the field, they line the field, they cut the grass, they clean up. And of course this year they had to do an awful lot of extra work. With all the rain, they had to get the water off the field. And on top of that, they had to make sure they get uniforms and equipment and coaches. And there's a terrific group. Jeff Earp, Dave Raymond, and a whole group of volunteers, and I mean volunteers. They make sure these kids have a place during the summer. They're not out on the streets. They're not getting into difficult times. They're playing baseball. They're being taught well. And some of these kids I know in the past have been helped down here and directed in the right direction and turned to be very good people. Some of them have come back to be volunteer coaches. And this program is just exceptional. And they don't get any recognition at all. And they do every bit of this for zero. They don't make a dime. And it can be frustrating at times because they run the concession stand, they have to be janitors for the restrooms, and they have to take care of all the problems, the batting cages, and they do it all for zip. They don't make a nickel, and they get no recognition for it. In fact, some of the people criticize them with some of the things they do. Those are the same people that don't volunteer at all, don't help at all. And it's a small group of guys that do all the work down here. And they do it extremely well. Hit in the air. Center fielder coming on, shortstop going out. Off the shortstop's glove. Giordano's going to reach on the error. Shortstop tried to take it away. The center fielder had the best play on it, coming right to the ball. And the shortstop going out tried to go over the shoulder and went off his glove. And Lynn has a base runner. T.J. Walsh helped last night. He did a great job running the bases. He had a great base running job, and in that 5-run inning, helped Lynn pull away and win the game last night. Down and away for a ball. High for a ball. Missing for ball 3. If he gets on, you got a very good bunter up next. In for a strike, taking all the way. Can still be very selective here. And that's ball 4. So 2 on with nobody out for Jack Anderson. who can handle the bat. Look for a bunt here.
Come on, Jack. Come on. Keep
Top of the order on deck. He didn't show bunt.
boy, Jack.
He took it high and tight for a ball. In for a strike. Chop foul towards third base. I'm really surprised they didn't have Anderson bunt. He does it very well. And it's a perfect time for it. First and second, nobody out. Down a run.
Come on, Jack. 1-2. Boy.
Up and away for a ball. He was accounted 2. Pretty Bullock to top of the order on deck. Hit the short. They get the runner at third. Nice play again by the shortstop Lampert.
Now batting number 6, Brady Bullock.
Come on, Brady.
Bullock walked and scored the 1 run in the bottom of the first. Hustled on that little pop-up that the third baseman made a great play on, and heads up, tagged up and scored. Hits it by the shortstop in the center field. The runner's going to score. They throw the ball home, out at the plate. Great throw by the center fielder. So second and third now with 2 outs. First and third, I thought he'd get the second base. He didn't. I thought Bullock went to second on a throw to the plate. John Diaz struck out swinging his 1 trip. So it looked like they were going to tie the game up with Walsh, and he got thrown out at the plate. Perfect throw and a nice tag by the catcher Badger. They were looking for Bullock to go. They threw the ball over. They almost picked him off before doing that. Bullock takes off. They throw the ball to third. Back easily was Anderson. So that takes away the force at second on a ground ball. They have to go to first. Second and third. High and tight for a ball. Yordi Contreras is on deck. Praying he gets a shot. Up and away again, 3-0. And another walk. So once again, the bases are loaded. A lot of base runners for both teams in the first 2 innings. Contreras reached on an error. Strong ball to third. The throw pulled the first baseman off the bag. In for a strike.
Come on, Yordi. Come on, let's go.
Let's go, Yordi! Let's go, Yordi! You got this, Yordi!
Come on, 8. Come on,
High and
8.
tight for a ball. You can probably hear the fans there right next to me, sitting in the bleachers right next to me with the Lynn fans. Little bundle.
Attaboy,
Hit
Yordi!
in the left field for a base hit. They hold the runner at third. Well, Contreras gets a big 2-out hit and an RBI.
Now batting number 13, Mel Ortiz.
Well, Lynn has tied it up at 2. They have the bases loaded for Daniel Ortiz, who drew a walk his first time. First pitch misses for ball 1. Solid shot. Foul ball. Foul ball. Foul ball. Foul ball.
We think it was fair. All New York. Let's get the replay.
It missed by about a foot or 2.
Come on, Janelle. Come on, 1-3.
1-1 the count.
And a ball.
Solid shot into right field for a base hit. They hold the runner at third again.
And a boy. We'll take one.
Ortiz comes through with a big 2-out hit.
Come on, Brendan.
Bullock scores his second run in 2 innings. The bases are still loaded. And once again, Velasquez can help himself. He was the one he actually got an RBI on a pump up to the third baseman. It was in foul territory. Caswell made a great play. And heads up running by Bullock, tagging up, scoring from third, got Velasquez the RBI. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch. In for a strike. 1-2 the count. Took a chance with that one. That almost like the same pitch, but it was high for a ball. And the count goes full, so everybody will be running. 2 outs, everybody will be off with the pitch. And he draws a walk for an RBI. So the base is still loaded with 2 outs.
Now batting number 12, Bonilla.
Adrian Bonilla got hit by a pitch. His one trip. Conversation with the pitcher out on the mound. Umpire comes out and breaks it up. So we get back to baseball. A 3-run inning for Lynn is giving them a 2-run cushion. And they have the bases loaded with 2 outs. In for a strike. Bonilla is the catcher. The 1-1 pitch up and coming. Nice job by Badger, the catcher. That was over the head. Looked like it was going to the backstop. Over the head again. 3-1.
Boy.
There's another walk, another RBI. So he's got an RBI and he hasn't been up officially. He's got hit by a pitch and walked. Nico Ramirez hit a rocket to shortstop and got thrown out on a great play by Lamp at the shortstop, ending the first inning. And he hits it solidly again. They get the force at second. So Lynn sends 10 to the plate. They bat around. They put 4 on the board, courtesy of a few walks with the bases loaded. We play 2 here at the Bowser Complex, more importantly the Nipper Clancy Field, and it's 5-2 Lynn over Winchester at the end of 2. 4, 5, and 6 for Winchester, who's at the third inning. Well, Oscar threw it over the head, and you have to get it way up in the air to get it over the head of Patty Goglin. He's well over 6 feet, probably 6'3", 6'4". He got a base hit and knocked in the run that gave, at the time, Winchester a 2-0 lead, knocking in the second run. Swing and a miss. So for the first time, Velasquez taking the mound with a lead. Swing and a miss again. Threw it in on the hands. He swung right through it. 1-2 the count. Low for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Again in on the hands. Again he swung right through it. Seven outs, 5 of them strikeouts.
Chris Power.
Chris Power struck out his first trip. He was the first of 2 that were called out, ending the first inning. It's hit foul over to the Edmonds field, the other baseball diamond where another game is going on. The field we're playing on is the Nipper Clancy. Well-known coach. And a terrific character in the city of Lynn. Hit on the ground to second base. Anderson will make the play. Over to Ramirez. 2 up, 2 down. In the third, Michael Caswell, third baseman, was called out on strikes.
That thing goes all night long. Roundy over.
Oh, that's going on right now? Oh, the professional.
Is it 4 wins? Remember, we haven't won 4. We haven't had 4 wins in 10 years.
High and tight for a ball.
Nice, nice clean inning. Come on now, kid.
Low for a ball. 2-0 the count. As well as the Winchester's third baseman. He made that terrific over-the-shoulder catch in foul territory in the first inning. And ball 4. Can't get a 1-2-3 inning. Declan Mahoney drew a walk, and very quickly it picked off the ball, went off the catcher a couple of steps away. He broke for second and then held up and got caught between first and second, got tagged out. And it proved big because they got 2 walks and they hit after that pickoff. They wound up leaving the bases loaded, not scoring in that second inning. So that was a big pickoff play. Quickly, 0-2. I thought that first pitch was a strike. The board says 1-1, so I'll go with that. Low for a ball. Down and away for a ball. So we get the first 2 out, walked the second batter, and now he falls behind 3-1. Now another discussion coming up between the umpires. The umpire, I think they're looking what the count is. Whatever it was, they got together, and we'll get back to baseball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now it's strike 3. So he's got 2 strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings. So 9 outs, 6 of them are strikeouts. So the walk doesn't hurt. We'll move into the bottom of the 3rd. And it will be the bottom 3 again. They started the uprising in the 2nd where Lynn scored 4. And they're up again here in the bottom of the 3rd. And 1 or 2 more notes about the Babe Ruth people that I think are important. The Grace Regato softball field is down behind these 2 baseball diamonds. They used to have a softball program here. AAU kind of wiped that out, so they don't have a program anymore. But these volunteers who work hard for these kids for baseball also help to maintain that field for the 3 high school teams that play their games there, English, Classical, and St. Mary's. And they do a lot of work down there as well, working for the high school, which they don't have to do. That would be the city's problem. The city does work there, but the Babe Ruth people help them out as well. And it,
Now batting number 15, Dom Giordano.
they do a lot of work down there. And then it was the Holland and the Conley family who ran the Holland tournament, honoring John Holland, who was one of the first volunteers helping the youth of the city, and one of the biggest workers here at this complex when it was first built. And that tournament honors him every year. And it became a little bit too big for the Conley and the Holland family, and they were giving it up, and it was going to end. And that was going to be it. But, of course, these volunteers caring about the young kids in the city, they took over the Holland tournament. They've run it the last couple of years. They went to work generating an ad book so they could keep the awards and the scholarships going for the schools. Nice play again by Lampert as they throw Giordano out. So that's an extra assignment, putting him extra hours down here on the weekend, that weekend for the Holland tournament, and work building up to the Holland tournament, which they took on, and they do a terrific job running it. And they get no recognition for that either, and there's no pay for that either. And just all they want to do is help the youth of the city. And it would be nice if they could get some recognition. Way up and in. TJ Walsh drew a walk. Here's one trip. Way up and in again. It pushes him way off the plate. Count goes 3-1. Hit on the ground to short. Long throw across the diamond. They make the tag on the play. Another nice play by Lamp, and a good play on the other end by Goglin, who went out to his home plate, picked off, and then made the tag on the play. So back-to-back, 6-3. Outs. Start the third inning. Jack Anderson reached on a fielder's choice. He bounced to Lampert, and they forced the runner at third base. He was up with first and second. Chopped foul toward the Lynn dugout. Missing inside for a ball. Top of the order, Brady Bullock on deck.
Come on, Jack.
Hit in the left center field for a base hit. Solid shot by Anderson.
Get on top of the ball.
That extends the third inning for Lynn. Let's see if they try to get him to second base. The worst is if he's thrown out trying to steal, you'd have the top of the order coming up in the fourth. He takes off, the pitch is high. He's in with a stolen base. Bullock has walked and singled and scored twice. So he's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. Very good production for your leadoff hitter. And that comes in only 2 innings.
Come on, Brady.
Wide for a ball. Hit in the air the other way. Long run for the left fielder. Gets there and makes the play. Nice job by Mahoney. Had to go a long way. So they get a runner at second base, but he's left there. We've completed 3 in this 14-year-old Babe Ruth State Tournament game. Lynn leading Winchester 5-2. Jack Feliciano, the pitcher, struck out his first time. And he misses the first pitch for strike 1. 8-9-1 for Winchester here in the 4th inning. Waves at that pitch for strike 2. Down and in for a ball. Velasquez starting his 4th inning of work. Hit foul off the backstop. Count stays 1-2. hit to first base. Easy pickings for Ramirez. He was almost on the bag when he picked it up.
Now batting number 15.
One up, one down in the fourth. Easton Halsey, the second baseman, drew a walk his first trip.
Can I see the keys? I want to get my phone.
In for a strike. High for a ball. And he evens at 1 to the Winchester second baseman. Skips out of the way of that one. It was inside. And it's 2-1. Down and away, 3-1. So after getting a strike, he's missed the plate 3 times. High and tight for ball 4. Second time that Halsey has walked. Fourth walk given up by Velasca. And the hitter will be the shortstop, Tommy Lampert, who's made a couple of nice plays at shortstop. And he's got 2 base hits in 2 trips and scored a run. Velasquez given up 3 base hits, and Lampert has 2 of them. Low for a ball.
Come on, Brennan, find it, kid. Come on.
High and tight for a ball. In for a strike. 2-1. The only inning that Velasquez has not given up a walk was in the first, and that's when Winchester got their 2 runs. Diving back at first is Halsey. Low for a ball. They throw it down again. Halsey's back easily. 3-1. So he got an easy out to start the inning. Walked the batter, and now he's 3-1 on the next hitter. Pulls that one way foul and out in the street. And luckily the car wasn't coming at an inopportune time. The payoff pitch is ball 4. So back-to-back walks, puts 2 on with 1 out. For Chucky Badger, the catcher, he's reached center fielder's choice and walked.
Now batting number 1, Chucky Badger.
Again, he was the one that hit the ball to third base. The runner at second got way off the bag, was in no man's land, got picked. But then they couldn't make the play. He was back at second base safely. And now the wild pitch takes the potential double play away, force at any base. As it's now second and third with 1 out for Badger, the catcher.
Come on now, Brennan. Come on, kid.
Down and away for a ball.
Come on, take a breath. Let's go, 4.
We mentioned that Lynn played this team early in the series that decide who would come to this state tournament, the final 8 teams out of the 13 that competed there.
Good boy.
Nice play by Contreras to throw the runner out, but the run scores. So Winchester gets on the board, 2 outs and runner at third. Toby Nakatima, the center fielder, diving back at third is Lampert. Nakatima reached center fielder's choice and scored and struck out swinging. So the 2 walks hurt as Winchester gets a little bit closer at 5-3. Off the catcher's glove. Out at the plate. Good hustle by Bonilla and a great play by Velasquez to get down and get the tag down. And they get the runner out trying to score. That's a very big play. Looked like they were going to close within a run. But Bonilla got to the ball quickly, made the flip. Velasquez made the tag just before Lampert got to the plate. But they get a run without a base hit. Two walks and a wild pitch set up the run. First inning that the Velasquez did not get a strikeout. We're halfway through the ball game. Lynn holding on to a 5-3 lead. And it'll be 2, 3, and 4. For Lynn, starting the bottom of the 4th. John Diaz, Jordi Contreras, Daniel Ortiz. And Feliciano will start his 4th inning of work. He's only given up 4 base hits, but 3 of them came in the 2nd inning, and that was the same inning where he walked 4. He walked 6 in the first 2 innings. 2 of the walks scored. 2 of the walks forced runs in. That was the story at last night's game, too. Newton walked the ballpark, and with the bases loaded, they forced in a few runs to help Lynn out. Sam Onesian is going to hit for Diaz. In for a strike. I think that hit the bat. It went over the head of Onesian. And he was trying to get out of the way, and it wound up tipping off the bat for strike 2. That one bounced. 1-2 to count to the pinch hitter. That little lollipop pitch sailed high. Looked good when the catcher caught it, but it went by Onesian high. Popped up. Second baseman comes running in, makes the play. Jordi Contreras has one of the 4 hits. He got a big 2-out hit in the 2nd inning, knocking in a run. He walked his first time up, so he's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Hits it in the air to left field. Long run. Getting back. Mahoney with a nice job. Contreras hit a long way. Mahoney tracked it down. Two up, 2 down in the 4th. Daniel Ortiz walked, and he got a big 2 RBI, a 2-out RBI single in the 2nd inning. So he's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Down the way for a ball. High and tight for a ball. Popped up. Shortstop. Can't find it. It's going to bounce. Look how he lost it in the lights. He was the only one who really had a shot at it. The left fielder was deep. And he looked up, and I think he just lost it in the lights. So we still can't get a 1-2-3 inning. Brandon Velasco's got 2 RBIs. He popped up to the third baseman in foul territory. Caswell making a great over-the-shoulder catch. Brady Bullock, great hustle, tagged up from third and scored, giving Velasco an RBI. Last time he walked with the bases loaded, and now they walk into second base with a stolen base, Ortiz. So Velasco has a chance for another RBI. He threw the ball to second, diving back is Ortiz. Hit in the air right at the center fielder. Nakatima makes the play. So the single and stolen base goes by the boards. Lynn is down in the fourth. We've completed 4. Lynn 5. Winchester 3 at the end of 4. Couple of changes. We got a new pitcher. Nico Ramirez will be the new pitcher. Eldrin Bonilla will be the new pitcher. Velasco will go behind the plate. The pinch hitter, Onesian, will stay in the game and play right field. And Christian Spates will come in and play left field as the pitcher's in for a strike. So Velasco goes 4, gives up 3 runs that were earned, gave up 3 base hits. He walked 5 and struck out 6. Hit in the air. Bullock comes on and makes the play. And Lynn roots, if you're going to hit the ball, they're hoping they hit the ball to Bullock. Goglin, the first baseman, singled in a run in the first, struck out swinging. That was against Velasco. He'll be facing Bonilla for the first time.
Now batting number 15, Patrick Mobley.
Hit foul back and out of play. The game on the other field is over. Of course, they started a lot earlier because the game before this one went 11 innings. Ducks under that pitch was way inside. Down away for a ball. In for a strike. Good pitch. Evens the count at 2. Swing and a miss. He gets him.
Now batting number 7, Chris Power.
Chris Power has struck out and grounded to second his 2 trips. Inside and low for a ball. In for a strike. 1-1. In for a strike again. A little bit of breaking ball. Looked like he was bailing out on that. Pitch was in for a strike. It's 1-2.
Nice pitch.
Call third strike. Back-to-back strikeouts. We have our first 1-2-3 inning. And it's put up by Bonilla, who was behind the plate for the first 4. Comes out in the mound, gets the first 1-2-3 inning. 2 big strikeouts. Lynn Velasquez got 2 in each of the first 3 innings. Didn't get one in the 4th. Now Bonilla comes on and gets 2 in the 5th. So they've struck out 8 in the ball game. Lynn will have 6, 7, and 8. It'll be the pitcher Bonilla now, followed by Ramirez, the first baseman, and Spates, the new left fielder. Five to 3. Lynn with the lead. Winchester led early with 2 in the first inning. Lynn cut it in half, getting 1 in the first, but then he took the lead in the second. With everybody in the lineup hitting and 4 people scoring. A couple of big 2-out hits by Ortiz and Velasquez and a couple of walks. Winchester got a little bit closer in the 4th inning, getting a run on the board without benefit of a base hit. 2 walks, a wild pitch, and an infield ground ball. And that's where we are, 5 to 3. Feliciano will start his 5th inning of work. Actually, Chris Power is going to be the new pitcher. So Chris Powell will be the new pitcher. Low for a ball.
Now batting number 12.
The shortstop, Lampert, is gone to third base. And the pitcher, Feliciano, was gone to shortstop. Eldrin Benitez got hit by a pitch. He drew a walk, and the walk got him an RBI because it came with the bases loaded. That was the second of 2 in a row walks to get the run in. Pitch is in for a strike.
Hey, 1-2. Let's go here, kid.
Popped up. Pitcher waves everybody off right at the mound. Powell will make the play.
Now batting number 14.
Nico Ramirez grounded a shot and grounded a shot into a fielder's choice. Winchester, both times the end of the inning. The second one was a fielder's choice. Shot to second for the out. The other one was shot to first for the out. in for a strike. Gonna get used to a little bit now to power. He throws a little bit higher than Feliciano. Chased the high pitch and fouled it off. And quickly it's 0-2. Line to the right field for a base hit. It got by the right fielder. Not far enough to go anywhere. Solid shot into right field.
Now batting at the top.
The fans, Nico's grandmother was sitting right next to me, and she said, she cheering, she said, get one for your grandmother. And then the entire stands yelled out, come on, get one for Grammy. And he did. Christian Spates is up for the first time. In for a strike.
Come on now.
Nice stomp by the catcher, Badger. Actually, Badger, I'm just looking, I just noticed the numbers. Badger went to shortstop. And it's the pitcher, Feliciano, who went behind the plate.
Come on, Christian! Come on, Christian!
2-1 the count. Hit in the left field for a base hit. In the gap. Hustling to third. And in with a double, Spates. Solid shot, split the outfield nicely in left center. We got another hit for another grandmother. This is Shea Palmer, who's going to hit for Walsh. Well, nice to see Shea Palmer's okay. He got hit on the hand or the arm with a pitch last night against Newton and went down. High for a ball. So after an out, 2 solid shots. A line shot by Spates, by Ramirez. And then a nice double by Spates. And Lynn threatening with second and third and 1 out. Oh, it's nice to see Palmer's okay. High and tight for a ball. 3-0. And that's ball 4. 7 walks given up. That's the first walk since the second inning. And we got Brady Warren who's going to hit for Anderson. Brady is the son of Chris Warren, the former outstanding softball coach and the assistant principal at Classical. And the brother of the very good pitcher for the Classical Lady Rams. Swing and a miss. Everybody's hitting for Grandma. I guess they figure it worked once, we'll keep using it.
Come on, 3.
Popped up in foul territory. First baseman Goglin makes the play. So we had a single, a double, and a walk. Sam was in between 2 infield pop-ups. Brady Bullock will be the hitter. High and tight for a ball. He walked and scored, singled and scored. Last time up, he flat out to left field.
Oh, Brady.
Go, Brady!
In for a strike.
Come on, Brady, hit it for Nene!
Hit the other way. Nice running catch by the left fielder Mahoney. He's made some nice plays. Brady went the other way with it. Second straight time he's going to left field. Second time that Mahoney has tracked it down. And actually, that was the former third baseman Caswell who tracked that down. As they made changes all over the place, Winchester. So we've completed 5. Lynn threatens, but they don't get on the board. And it's still a skinny 2-run lead. It's Lynn 5, Winchester 3 at the end of 5. 6, 7, and 8 for Winchester as we start the 6th inning. Michael Caswell, who made that nice running catch, he was the third baseman, made a great play earlier. Now he made another great catch. Tracking Bullock's hit out into left field. He has struck out and walked in his 2 trips, and he's facing Bonilla for the first time. High for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. Count goes 1-2. Low for a ball. Hit foul out of play over the Winchester dugout. And the count stays 2-2. Hit in the right field for a base hit. They almost threw him out at first base. Well, Caswell gets a base hit, and that allows Winchester to bring the tying run to home plate. Declan Mahoney.
Now batting number 14, Declan Mahoney.
Mahoney has walked and struck out. He was the one that walked and got picked off at first base. And again, that turned out big because they got 2 walks and a hit after that and left the bases loaded in that inning. Hit foul to the backstop.
Cut him off.
This is the first time that Bonilla's pitching from the stretch. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th, his first inning of work. Fishing for a ball. 1-1. The runner gets a big jump. He's got a long, slow delivery. They didn't bother throwing it down. Long, slow, deliberate.
Attaboy.
We're going to miss for strike 3. Last 3 outs for Bonilla have been strikeouts. 2 to end the 5th, now the 1st and the 6th. Jack Feliciano has struck out and bounced to first. Hit foul to the backstop. I don't know if there's one or two teams from this tournament that they move on to the regionals. And Lynn would get a big jump with a win tonight. They'd be 2-0, and Winchester would drop to 0-2. Hit foul again. But right now, Winchester's hanging around. High and tight for a ball. 1-2 the count. So we think he's now the catcher. They're not giving us the change that they're not announcing him. Hit. That's going to drop for a base hit. Haswell had to wait to see if it would be caught. So all of a sudden, they have the tying runs at first and third, and I would think they were going to probably steal second base. Easton Halsey has walked twice and scored a run. So he hasn't batted officially, but he scored a run. So that little tap dropped behind the shortstop in front of the center fielder. Just like that, Winchester has the tying runs on base with 1 out. They throw it down, and they throw him out. The run scores, but they throw him out at second base. So Winchester closes within 5-4. Wide for a ball. Nice throw down a second. Nice tag by Brady Warren. Hit right back to the mound. Bonilla makes the play to get out of the inning, but Winchester gets a little bit closer. And it's becoming white knuckle time now. It's now 5-4. Lynn hasn't scored since the second inning. He had a 2-out base runner in the third, a 2-out base runner in the fourth. They had second and third with 1 out. They loaded the bases with a walk with 1 out, but a pop-up and a fly-out got Winchester out of the inning and kept Lynn off the board. Meanwhile, Winchester, after falling behind, gets a run in the fourth, now gets another run in the sixth to creep back within 5-4. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Sam Ocean will lead off. He went in as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game in right field. He popped up as one trip to the second baseman. So Lynn has gone quietly the last 3 innings, although he did load the bases in the fifth, but they couldn't bring anybody home.
Come on, Sam. Come on, start it off for us here.
So the meat of the order up 2, 3, and 4. Ball hit off the pitcher's glove. They're not going to get him. It's going to be a base hit. Once it went off the pitcher's glove, they had no chance at all to get him. And now, first time they've had the leadoff hitter on since the second inning. Yordi Contreras reset an error, singled in a run and scored. Hit a shot that the left fielder, Mahoney, tracked down. High in the air. Right fielder coming on. It bounces away. They get the force at second base. That's going to be a 4-6 force out. What looked like a base hit. Good hustle by the second baseman, Halsey. He went out and picked up the loose ball. So they get the force at second. The ball, right fielder couldn't find it. It bounced, looked like it was going to be a base hit. The second baseman hustled out, picked it up, got it to the shortstop. They throw it away at first base. Out at second base. So it looked like it was going to be 2 base hits. Instead, it's 2 outs. So it looked like it could be an inning for Lynn. All of a sudden, it's 2 outs and nobody on. Looked like it got a break when that ball was bounced in right field. Winchester got a break getting the force out. And how big are those 2 big plays? As Ortiz gets a base hit. Brandon Velasco is the hitter. He hasn't got a base hit, but he's got 2 RBI. Swing and a miss, and the runner will steal second base. When you think of what an inning this could have been for Lynn, instead there's 2 outs and 1 run on. Nice stop by the catcher. And we think that's Feliciano, the former pitcher. Because the catcher is now playing shortstop. Ortiz hustles back, standing up at second base. So they get the force on what looked like a base hit to right field. Then when they throw the ball away at first base, Hustling was goggling and made the good throw to the shortstop. Badger made the nice tag, got the second out. And 2 huge plays considering Ortiz got a base hit. Tap to third, they're going to have to hurry. Gets thrown away and the runner's going to score. It's a base hit. It's a base hit, and the error scores the run. That gives him a little bit of breathing room now. 6-4. We'll see if Velasquez tries to steal second base. Bonilla, who's now the pitcher, has got hit by a pitch, walked, getting an RBI, and popped to the pitcher. The runner takes off. Throw down, not in time. But Bonilla, the pitcher, can help himself here with a base hit. And this could have been a very big inning. Instead, they've only got a run, and they were lucky to get that. Goes to the backstop. The runner will go to third.
Use the other leg this time. Get the whole body.
They were lucky if the third baseman eats the ball, doesn't throw the ball to first, then Ortiz is not going to score.
Let's pick this run up. Come on.
High for a ball. They love to get Velasco home from third. Get a little more breathing room. Hit to third. Nice play by the third baseman. So Lynn gets one. We're through 6. Lynn 3 outs away from going 2-0. But they're holding on to a skinny 2-run lead. It's Lynn 6, Winchester 4 at the end of 6. Top of the order for Winchester as we start the 7th inning. Lynn needs 3 outs. Pitch misses inside. Lampert was the shortstop. He played very well at shortstop. He's been on base 3 times. He got 2 hits and a walk. Hit right into the seats, scattering the Lynn fans who were right next to me. You heard all those squeals. Nobody able to make the play.
Johnny, you're live.
Everybody bailing out, leaving the women to help take care of themselves. In for a strike. Count goes 1-2.
1-2.
And that one hit him.
No big deal. No big deal.
Well, that allows the tying run to come to home plate. Tucky Badger, the catcher, reached in the field. His choice, walked, grounded out, short to first, getting an RBI. Hit in the center field for a base hit. The runner's going to go to third. So all of a sudden the tying runs are on with nobody out. Good hustle by Lampert going all the way to third. So first and third with nobody out. Toby Nakatima reached to the fielder's choice and scored. Struck out, flied to center field. So Winchester not going easy. Lynn was talking earlier how they crushed this team early on. A mercy rule game. Now they're trying to hold on to a win. Into the outfield. The double. And all of a sudden, don't look now, but Winchester has a tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second with nobody out. Coughlin has singled in a run, struck out swinging the last 2 times. Low in for a strike. The right hand went up. I didn't see the hand come up. I thought it was low, but it's a strike. So really white knuckle time here for the Lynn fans next to me. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Let's go, Lynn. Come on, Lynn, let's go.
I was waiting to see whether it hit him or the bat. It hit the bat for a foul ball. Count stays 0-2. So they only had 5 hits coming into this inning. They hit batsman started the inning, and then bang, single, double. And Winchester, their pulse has just improved almost 200 degrees, 200%. Low for a ball. 1-2. Little check swing. It almost looked like he was running up the first baseline trying to slap at it, and it went foul. Count stays 1-2. Hit foul again. Look at that little inside swing. He's like almost like a golf swing. We'll do it again at 1-2. Reach for it. It goes to the backstop. The runner's going to score. Out at the plate. They call him. I thought he was by the plate. Another big-time play. They tagged the runner out. He struck out reaching for it. And it's going to be a double play, I think. I thought he offered at the pitch. It was 1-2. I thought he struck out and the catcher tagged him. Now the check with the base umpire said no, he didn't swing. That's the second time Winchester's been thrown out trying to score on a pass ball or a wild pitch. Now it's the tying run at third with 1 out. Strike 3 called. We're really down to white knuckle time now on both sides. Tying run at third, 2 outs, top of the 7th. 2 out at the plate on close plays with the ball going to the backstop. Chris Powell, who's the pitcher now, has struck out, grounded out, and struck out. The last strikeout was against Bonilla, who he's facing again. Hit foul out of play. Lynn trying to survive here. They had some opportunities, couldn't cash in. In for a strike. 1 strike away from going 2-0. 1 swing of the bat from tying the game up.
Come on now.
Down and away for a ball. 1-2 the count. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The tying run at third base here in the top of the 7th. high for ball 3. Everybody on the edge of their seats. Brady Warren makes the running stab on the pop-up. And Lynn is going to survive and win it by a score of 6-5. Winchester grabbed a 1-0 lead in the first. Lynn came back and got a run back. Brady Bullock with great base running, a pop-up to third base. The third base made a great play in foul territory over the shoulder, and Brady Bullock hustled in from third to cut the lead to 2-1. They got 4 runs in the second inning. Big 2-out hits by Contreras and Ortiz, and then back-to-back walks to Velasca and Bonilla with the bases loaded made it 5-2 Lynn. In the fourth inning, Winchester made it 5-3. They scored a run on an infield ground ball. They had the first of their runners thrown out at the plate, trying to score on a wild pitch. It turned out to be huge in the ball game, but it was 5-3. They scored and attempted double steal in the sixth. They threw a runner out at second, but the runner from third scored to make it 5-4. Lynn stole a run in the sixth inning. Ortiz scored. He got a 2-out hit, stole second base, went to third on a base hit by Velasca, an infield hit, and when they threw the ball away at first base, Ortiz hustled in to score, and that was the winning run, because as it turned out, it made it 6-4. And in the seventh inning, Lampert threw a walk. Badger got a base hit. Nakatima got a double to make it 6-5. And then the second big play in the game, the runner at third, Badger, got thrown out trying to score when the pitch went to the backstop. That left the tying run at third base, a big strikeout, and then the little pop-up, nice running catch by Brady Warren at second base. And Lynn will survive and go to 2-0 as they squeak out a 6-5 win over Winchester, a team that they mercy ruled earlier in the season. For Lynn, Bullock was on base twice, scored twice. Diaz drew a walk and scored a run. Contreras had a base hit, knocking a run, scored a run. Ortiz had 2 base hits, was on base 4, had 3 base hits, was on base 4 times, scored a run, knocked in a run. Velasca had 2 RBIs, had a base hit, a walk, got him an RBI. Bonilla walked with the bases loaded, getting an RBI. Ramirez had a base hit. Spates had a double. Palmer drew a walk. Walsh drew a walk. Anderson reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run, had a base hit. And the pitching combined with Velasca and Bonilla were just enough to hold Winchester at bay. And for Winchester, Lampert started at shortstop, played great at shortstop. He was on base 4 times and scored 2 runs. He was a thorn in Lynn's side. But Lynn holds on. They win it 6-5. They go to 2-0, and they'll have one more game left to see if they can be one of the 2 teams that can go move on to the regionals. But they've got to pick up the pitching and the hitting a little bit here, along with the defense, because they held on here 6-5 to go 2-0. Winchester will drop to 0-2, so their chances are virtually nil. But they certainly gave Lynn a battle after Lynn mercy ruled them earlier in the season. So the final score, Lynn 6, Winchester 5. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.